that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live.
Backwards, backwards. Let me wander to the free northern land. Let me feel the breezes blowing fresh along the mountainside. Let me see the purple heather. Let me hear the thundering tide. Be it hoarse as a Munro's top spouting when the storm is high. Give me but 1 hour. Let me see it before I lie. The birds fly and the deers dart. I'm now to be held always in thy heart. Well, good afternoon to everybody. A good afternoon to friends, family, to all those in between. And thank you for joining us all here today to celebrate the times and the adventures of somebody you all held very closely. The first chance of so many to pay tribute and to note the worthwhile journey of a truly remarkable human being. A much-loved figure now with that everlasting legacy, a figure who will go down in history. And what a beautiful group of people to share this milestone of life with. Now, to some, this lady was known as Wee Gina. To a few, it was Gina G. To many, perhaps if they ever got on the wrong side of her, it was Yes Boss. I'm sure given the life that she led, and all those colourful characters she led it with, many of you here today, that she was known by names that Lillian would slap me in the face for repeating out loud. But to everyone and most, and certainly for this moment, this lady will be dearly held and dearly loved always as Gina. My name is Haldy. I'm a celebrant of the charity Humanist Society Scotland. I'm truly honoured to be speaking here today on behalf of Gina's closest. And today's occasion will be a humanist ceremony, that all-encompassing tribute to this life. And I know that whatever your own personal beliefs or faith may be, you'll all feel comfortable and honoured, knowing that you're all here for one shared reason. There will, however, be time later on in the ceremony for your own personal reflection. You choose to say goodbye in your own way. Now, this past wee while has been very challenging for all who knew Gina, especially for those closest to her. Gina lived that last day, Monday the 9th of March 2020, with loved ones close and by her side as they always were in life. Now, sadly, we cannot change this, no matter how much we may wish we could. And today you may be faced with that hard reality of loss in some way. But during these upcoming times of challenge, where you will all be there to support each other, There's always that burning light that can help us find a tender reassurance and peace of heart and mind. It's the light of loving memories, with their gentle guiding glow, to grace our days and soothe our paths wherever we may go. As people always remain a part of you, remember them and always cherish those good moments spent with them. Now, it was once said that the greatness of a person is never in how much wealth or status they acquire in life, but always in their integrity and their ability to influence and affect those around them positively before their time is up. And today's turnout is just a single testament to all this endless positivity which Gina brought. And so with the greatness of respect, to sit now and be nothing but sad might not be doing the girl justice. To sit now and only think negatively would be doing all this incredible positivity left no good. Grief can be for another time. Today is not a day for sad heads down. It's a day for proud heads up. As Gina's incredible adventure, that life we speak of, that life as that example, despite any challenge, will never be remembered solely and only as a sad or sorrowful or mournful occasion. So why should today be any different? Today we do not mourn a death, we celebrate a life. We do that together. Today will be about wonderful memories, wonderful moments. It will be about reminding and regaling. It will be about sweet reminiscing and the wonderful retelling of all those fabulous stories, especially when Gina isn't here to deny them or argue back. But ultimately today has to be about acceptance, learning to move forward. With Gina always with you, just now simply in a different place. There will come a time when you will find peace again. It can begin today. Now, when I met with some of Gina's family recently, to hear just some moments about her and to them, I'm so truly grateful. As I took my first and my second, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth piece of paper full of notes, stories, banter, and crack, one word entered my mind. One clear word, simple word. That beautiful, heartfelt word was shit. How the hell am I going to fill Gina's life to such a short space of time? But then, when I took my 7th, my 8th, my 9th, my 10th, it hit me. Gina did it. Gina filled such a life in a space of time. Life is always about quality over quantity. So I only need to look to the lady herself for all the inspiration that I need. So let's take a wee roll out onto that dusty memory road well travelled just for a moment. Let's remind ourselves what made Gina so unique and so loved, what will make her so memorable for many years to come. So Monday the 2nd of August 1976, Elton John and Kiki D were topping the UK music charts with hit record Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Rocky, Taxi Driver and The Omen were selling out theatre houses and cinemas up and down the country. A country in the midst of cultural revolution, smashing social taboos, art, creation, invention and music. This was a time of the first commercial flight of Concorde, the beginnings of punk rock, vehicles landing on Mars, VHS home video cassette recorders, denim debouchures and V-neck dresses. This was a time of ABBA and Diana Ross, Kate Bush and Annie Lennox, Meryl Streep, Diane Keaton, Olivia Newton-John, and now Gina. It was on this very same day, the Hollywood-like hills of Raigmore Hospital in Inverness, Mechanical Jimmy his beloved Lillian, along with firstborn sister Angela. Welcome, little Gina Matheson, into the world. The future lives of everybody here present would be forever altered. The wee Gina was taken home to 28 Ashton Road for a wee adventure. Took her to 193 Mackintosh Road, then on to 62 Ashton Road, that family base. Early years were spent being somewhat independent. Many would have described her as a free spirit. Others would have described her as a wee bugger. Just the right amount of wickedness, supposedly handed down from her mother. Early years were spent thriving in the bosom of that loving and close and extended family, attending local Rakemoor Primary, excelling with majorettes, brownies, the school running team. Knocking about with pals like long-term partner in crime Gail. No doubt getting up to normal nonsense girls of a certain age get up to. Especially girls from Rakemoor. Gina then went on to Melbourne Academy, and when she wasn't duking out with the old class, time off would be spent up at the hospital shop, helping deliver papers out into the wards and offices. A true and rare work ethic right from an early age that would do her well throughout her time. This led on to a position with Castle Street Restaurant, washing dishes from the age of 13, and soon using that charm with front of house and waitressing. Gina continued her dancing with disco and rock and roll, and when she was ready to take on the big bad world, to make that name for herself, she started at Castle Street full-time. A position which would see in a couple of decades becoming that quintessential Castle Street babe. Working hard, and to be fair, by this time she was having to, as all the while a wee nest was being readied as such for the arrival of some pretty big birds. And the first of these birds took the shape of Daniel on the 11th of March 1997. Gina was now mum, a true vocation, and one she took to just as you would expect. And to be fair to Daniel, he must have been a lovely baby, as the family were encouraged to expand with the early arrivals of Amy on the 12th of September 1998 and Abby on the 12th of September 1998, 4 minutes later. After that, Gina decided that that would be enough. The family home made its way to 32 Ashton Crescent, Gina's forever home. And life for Gina was good. She had 3 adoring children, her family close by for support, a good group of pals about her. She had a job which brought her face to face with people, always in that social hub. Provide enough in the back pocket for the odd indulgence. She was young, healthy, beautiful, hair in no danger of going grey. Life for Gina was good. But sadly at this time a tragedy was to strike. A tragedy which perhaps took Gina out in the prime of her time, one which she never truly recovered. She met Gary. Gary was a fellow Rakemorer, and for a time Gina would help out at the shop, yet another string to this working bow. And Gina apparently took a pretty instant fancy to Gary, who wouldn't need an excuse to come down to get more groceries. And after toilet rolls were dropped and a number was obtained on the back of a raffle ticket, a true connection was made. A bond cemented, love grew, flourished, and a new adventure started. Truly finding that soulmate with and in each other, a rare and beautiful thing to find. And as well as dealing with Gary and raising her 3, which having met them all I can imagine was no easy task, Gina continued the inspirational work ethic, bringing her talents to Harry Gow's V8 Cafe, finally Tesco, working hard until she worked no more. So we can see that whatever Gina did, she threw herself into. Work in some ways defined a large part of who she was. It wasn't just work for Gina. She had so many loves and interests and passions which defined her as the person you all knew and loved. Too many to detail in full. One of these big loves was soaps. Gina would fire into her PJs and chill in front of EastEnders, Corrie, Emmerdale, River City, always knowing the crack on the square or in the return. supplementing this daily dose with a healthy slice of Strictly and Loose Women. And the goings-on would often be discussed, amongst other things, with pals, an absolute lover of a coffee and a chat, setting the world to rights, again shared with many of you through the years, the likes of Shelley, Anne-Marie, other members of the Castle Street Babes. Times away through the years were spent in Ayr, Butlins, the more exotic, like Malta and Wick, although Gina was very much a home bird. And often this home would be filled with the smells of cooking. Gina was very talented in the kitchen. Chicken chow mein, spag bol, lasagna, and now her curry pasta, the stuff of legend. Other times spent with Dolly, who will be missing her mum very much. And everything moved to the backbeat of music. Gina was always singing and moving. Various artists of the times danced to through the years, as today's selections will show. Music really was the soundtrack to Gina's time. And then the other time, if indeed there was any, we spent with family, and those held as family. Friends and pals, too many to mention, a unique and special bond held with her mother and her sister, that soulmate found in Gary. And of course her babies, Daniel, Amy and Abby. All three actually worked side by side with their mum at various times and positions through the years. And all three are an absolute credit to Gina, and what a fine job that she did. And you all ensure that this lady's great legacy well and truly continues. So family and friends, I know that we are barely scratching the surface of the story of Gina here today. For that we would need the rest of the week to do this tale any justice, still falling short. Family and friends, past and present, gone here and in our thoughts. We'll all have so many memories that will be yours always. So many stories and times, too many to detail again in full. You may remember holding the shed door shut, running in the mother's race, stalking from the swings. You may remember the birthday cake attempts, fed up with Virginies, Hamish the hamster, charming flights and planes, teaching nephews to swear. You may remember the panto. There's always a fire in the kitchen. Dog walks, Christmas dinner, spoilt birthdays, swimming, hating football, using the men's at Elton John. I could go on and on and on. But in whatever other way you choose to remember Gina, you'll always remember the way she made you feel. Moments and memories that nothing will ever change or take away. So how do I do somebody like Gina justice in one go? A person who has positively influenced and inspired so many and much in her time. The answer is, I simply can't. Her reach, as this room clearly demonstrates, is simply immeasurable. She truly was one of a kind. So now I'm going to heap all this pressure onto somebody else. And to bring us to a time of reflection, you can think of Gina as who she was to you. I'd love to invite Gail to the front in a moment to share with us. Now, I've yet to hear what Gail is about to say, so can I apologise in advance for any offence caused.
I just wanted to say a few words about Gina, who was obviously my best friend, my lifelong friend. Everyone that knew Gina couldn't help but love her. She had the most infectious smile and laugh, and if she smiled at you, you couldn't help but smile back. There were no airs or graces with Gina. What you saw was what you got, and that's what I admired. When I got the devastating news last Monday that Gina had passed away, it felt like somebody had ripped a piece of my heart out. To me, she was a lifelong friend who was there for me through thick and thin. She was also my karaoke singing partner for Islands in the Stream. We could go a month, without seeing each other and just pick up where we left off, like we had never been apart. She was generous and loyal, and she always had my back. They say in life there are two things you will never have to chase, and that is true friends and true love. This is so true. I asked my 8-year-old son what he remembered about Gina. And he said, I used to love going to Gina's mum, because she always gave me sweets. I would be there saying, only one Gina, and she would be passing in like 6 at the back, grinning in typical Gina style. That was just Gina. I wanted to finish by saying, Daniel, Amy, and Abby, the strength you have shown this last week is unbelievable. I see parts of your mum in each and every one of you. Her strength, her warmness, and her generosity. You are an absolute credit to her, and I, for one, couldn't be prouder.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. Some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold. Since those summer days among the fields of barley, see the children run as the sun goes You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.
Bittersweet memories, that's all I am taking with me. Goodbye, please don't cry. We both know that I'm not what you need. Treats you kind, and I hope that you have all that you ever dreamed of, and I wish you joy and happiness, but above all of this I wish you love.
Memories and times which surge back, last few moments, just some of Gina's lasting gifts to you all. Gifts which will keep on giving and will never leave you. So on behalf of Gina's closest, I thank you all for coming today. Your continued love and support over this challenging time is very much appreciated. Special thanks to Margaret, the Liptons, and everyone else from Castle Street for their love through the years. Also to Willie and the team from Tom Ross & Son Funeral Directors for their professionalism, compassion and care through a difficult time. Now we will soon be moving to Petty Cemetery, where we'll say goodbye to the only part of Gina which cannot remain with us. Our family would be happy to see you there. And at the end of today's ceremony, you're all invited back here to the King's Mills, where refreshments will be shared, with maybe a few toasts, but certainly plenty more stories. Stories I wasn't allowed to share in a public place, so perhaps more fitting with a dram or two at the ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honour to stand here today and lead this tribute to Gina, the first of many to come, I have no doubt. family and friends, can I ask that together, with hearts full and heads proud and held high, that if you can, please stand. Death is nothing at all. Life means all that it ever meant. I am I and you are you. Whatever we were to each other, that we are still. So call me by my old familiar name. Speak to me in the easy way which you always used to, with no difference in your tone. Wear no forced air of solemn or sorrow. Laugh as we always laughed at the little things we used to do. Play, smile, and think of me. Let my name be ever the household word that it always was. Let it be spoken without effect, without the trace of shadow. Life is the same as it ever was. There's no broken continuity. Why should I be out of mind because I am out of sight? Life means all that it ever meant.
Didn't know today would be our last, or that I'd have to say goodbye to you so fast. I'm so numb I can't feel anymore. I'm praying you just walk back through that door and tell me that I was only dreaming. You're not really gone as long as I believe. There will be another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight. Always made my troubles feel so small, and you were always there to catch me when I'd fall. In a world where heroes come and go, well, God just took the only one I know. So I'll hold you as close as I can, longing for the day when I see your face again. But until then, God must need another angel around the throne tonight. Your love lives on inside of me, and I will hold on tight. It's not my place to question, only God knows why. I'm just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight, singing hallelujah. Just jealous of the angels around the throne tonight.